This guy in here is an absolute monster. One of my homemade pots. Look at the size of that. Good size of that claw. He's a definite keeper.
Hello and welcome back to the Fish Locker Kitchen. So behind me in the pot is the lobster from the first pot haul of the year. We want to do a catch and cook with it, but we have done so many different ways of cooking lobster that we weren't really sure what to do. So we've decided to give something maybe a little controversial a go, but I know it is something that has been requested. It's lobster mac and cheese. Yeah, so neither of us have had it before, but we're willing to give it a go. So I'm just going to boil him off. If you want to know how to dispatch, cook and clean a lobster, then please check out the Catch and Cook playlist, or I'm sure that John will link one of the videos somewhere. So I'm going to let him cook through and then we are going to get him peeled. Okay, so Lord Lobster is cooling down. While he cools down, I'm just going to show you a couple of little extra bits. So the cheese that I'm going to use for the sauce. Now, John and I don't like cheese unless it's a slice that goes on top of a cheeseburger or a real mild rubbery cheddar. We don't like it. So if I was going to make macaroni cheese at home, I would be at home. I know I'm at home. If I was going to make macaroni cheese for not a video, I would be using the mildest, rubberiest cheddar you could find. But for the purposes of the video, and to save us having to answer like 400 comments about why we're only using mild cheddar, I'm going to use the proper stuff. So I have got about 100 grams of extra strong mature cheddar, this plate stinks, about 60 grams of gruyere cheese, I think that's how you pronounce it, so I've just grated that, and then some Parmesan cheese as well. So I'm using the proper cheeses, and then for the topping, I'm gonna do some breadcrumbs. So let me just tilt you down. I just have some white breadcrumbs. I've just blitzed up part of a baguette. So for the breadcrumbs, I'm just gonna stir in a dessert spoonful of olive oil, a good pinch of Parmesan, half a teaspoon of crushed garlic, and a good grind of salt and pepper. There we go. So I'm just making a start on picking the lobster. Look at that, that was his whopping claw. Now, as you're picking it, don't throw the shells away because we are going to be using them in a little while. With the shells, what we're going to do, get the better, bigger parts with all the bits inside, pop them into a bag, like a freezer bag or a carrier bag or something, and then with a rolling pin or something, we're just going to bash them up slightly. That should do it. So to start off, you want a large frying pan with a tablespoon of oil and a rough chopped small onion. And you're going to fry the onion for about 5 minutes until it's really, really well coloured. Right, so once your onions are lovely and soft and brown, we're going to add in our crushed up lobster shells and legs. Then we're going to add in about 6 whole peppercorns, 2 bay leaves, and a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Give it a good stir. A good pinch of salt, and then we're going to add in a litre of milk and we're going to let it come to a simmer. So there we go. All the ingredients in. Turn your heat down to medium and let that come to a simmer. So the infused milk came up to the simmer and you literally now leave it for half an hour. So you're just going to leave it as it is to let all the flavours infuse together, and then we're going to drain it off ready to use in the sauce. In the meantime, I am going to boil up 400 grams of pasta, so you can use macaroni or whichever shape you prefer. You don't want to boil it until it's soft, you want it to still have a little bit of a bite, so a few minutes less than it says on the packet. Okay, so the pasta is draining. I have strained off the milk. My oven is preheating to 160 degrees, 180 degrees if you don't have a fan assisted. Now I'm going to get started on making the cheese sauce. So I have 50 grams of butter, which we want to melt down. Heat the butter now until it's foaming, and then we are going to add in 150 mils of dry white wine. Okay, so the butter is foaming, so I'm going to add in 150 mils of dry white wine. Once you've added the wine, you want to let it cook until the wine has reduced by half. Once the wine's reduced down, you want to add in 50 grams of plain flour and whisk it in to the butter and wine mixture till it forms a kind of floury, sandy paste. As soon as it comes together, you want to start adding in your milk mixture, a little at a time, and keep whisking. It's really important to keep it moving in those early stages, so I couldn't pick the camera up. So there we go. Into this now, I'm going to add a teaspoon of mustard powder, all of the gruyere cheese, 2 good pinches of the parmesan, and just going to keep back some of the cheddar to pop on the top. Let the cheese melt in. Now into my sauce, I'm going to add in the chopped up lobster meat and the pasta. And we're going to get it into our oven dish. Wow, look at this. It does look incredible. Some of the parmesan and our breadcrumbs. And then this is just going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes until it's nice and golden and bubbling on top. There we go. So I've just popped some chopped parsley on the top to give it a bit of green. It smells amazing. I am quite looking forward to trying this.
You want to serve?
Put a plate up then. More?
I will start with this, then we'll go back to that. Oh, it smells delicious. Something else in it, what is it?
Other than what?
Is there like a wine in it? Would you like to try some, James? Okay, no problem. The lobster's right. Pasta's good, cheese sauce is good, lobster's good. Yeah. It doesn't taste too much of one and not enough of another, is it? Like, it isn't just you can taste seafood, and it isn't just you can taste cheese. You can, especially if you get a good chunk of lobster meat in it.
It's nice.
Delicious.
I used strong cheese as well.
What?
I know, I did explain in the video. I felt like it was easier than answering 400 comments about why I'm using Baby Bell. But it's alright, isn't it? It's cooked in alright.
I'm not a lover of strong cheese.
Well, neither of us are we?
But yeah, lovely and creamy and huge chunks of lobster in there.
Yeah, I like it.
How'd you cook the lobster?
Normal. Brought it to a rolling boil.
Rolling boil. I wonder if you could get away with slightly undercooking the lobster because it's going to be cooked again in the pasta.
I did wonder that, but I didn't want to be recommending that people undercooked shellfish. So I just did.
No, I'm just wondering because I got a piece there and it was, I think it must have been a piece that was right close to the edge of the dish. It was a little bit chewy. The stuff from inside that's managed to retain the moisture and sauce is perfect.
Surprisingly
I'll have
nice.
some more.
Would you order it if we went out?
This is one of the things that people like. I wouldn't order it in a restaurant, but that's just because we have it at home. You know what I'm saying? I would begrudge going out and paying for something when we can go and have it at home.
Like if we get a lobster, when you get a lobster again, would you be like, oh, can we have that again?
Yeah, definitely. But like if I went out to a restaurant, I wouldn't go out and order a lobster thermidor or lobster mac and cheese.
Not if they're going to charge us 50 quid for it.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. We aren't massively extravagant. We well, we aren't, are we?
You are.
Yeah, right. We is the royal we. So if we were going to go out and eat somewhere, we wouldn't be buying
I just
lobster.
want a steak.
We wouldn't be buying lobster, would we? It's like the top end of the menu, and when we can get it, when I can catch it. A nice piece of cauliflower, you want it? The portion sizes that you made there, I would say that would feed at least 3 adults, wouldn't it?
I think that would probably feed like 4 to 5 normal adults. It would feed 3
right.
of you.
Okay. I was just looking there and I just thought, well, I could eat another bit of that and there'd be half. So, 2. So the portion size that you made there would feed 4.
Oh, definitely. I mean, look, we've hardly used a quarter of the dish.
So far.
I haven't had a very big portion though.
I do feel like it's missing something, but that's because every other time that I've had mac and cheese, it's got bacon in it.
Did you look at the bacon in the fridge?
It's the saltiness that it doesn't have.
Could have got hot dogs in it.
It's absolutely delicious with the lobster.
First lobster pot, catch and cook, done.
Yeah, well, I absolutely love that. So what lobster cooks have we done now? Lobster thermidor, roasted lobster, steamed lobster, lobster mac and cheese, normal standard.
Done a couple of different beach ones where we're just kind of...
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any other lobster rolls, if there's any other lobster dishes that you would recommend that you like.
I said that at the beginning. I said that we were umming and ahhing about what to do. What was the other? There was another one, wasn't it? Oh, lobster risotto.
Lobster curry, someone's asked for.
Lobster curry.
I wouldn't put lobster in curry.
I wouldn't put lobster in a curry. You could maybe make you could bake it in the oven and then have a sauce to put over it.
Yeah, but lobster's good meat and it tastes delicious. You wouldn't put it in a curry to hide the flavour of it.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. That was absolutely delicious.
You're welcome.
I hope you've enjoyed it. James, do you want to come here and say goodbye to everyone? Here we are.
Cheesy.
I hope you've enjoyed joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the meal. I definitely did. What do we say, James?
Bye from the fish locker.
Bye from the fish locker.
Bye.